Why she pulls away and how to respond like a real man. Chapter 1, The Unspoken Test. She started pulling away the moment things felt real. What did I do wrong? That was the exact question Marcus asked me after yet another promising relationship fizzled out. He was kind, attentive, honest, but something about his energy made women lose interest after a few weeks. Maybe you've been there too. Maybe you thought being supportive and emotionally available would strengthen your connection, but instead, she vanished like mist in the morning sun. You find yourself analyzing every message, replaying every conversation, asking, should I have said less? More? Been colder? Warmer? But what if the answer isn't in what you said but how you carried yourself through it? Here's a truth no one tells you: she's not walking away because you're not enough. She's stepping back to see if you're real. Not the perfect guy. Not the bad boy. But something different, a man who can hold his center even as the world shifts around him. In this guide, we're going to unpack that truth layer by layer using stories, real-life examples, and powerful insights you won't find in a typical dating tips video. Chapter 2, Why Reactivity Kills Attraction. Let me tell you a story. In college, I had a friend named Aaron. He was a textbook fixer. Whenever his girlfriend got upset, he'd scramble to cheer her up, offer gifts, over-apologize even when he wasn't at fault. The result? She respected him less every day. Why? Because she couldn't trust him to hold his frame to stay calm and centered when things got messy. Reactivity, especially emotional overcompensation, is like giving someone a remote control to your inner world. Every button they press gets a dramatic response. Here's the truth. When you chase after distance, you look needy. When you double text silence, you look desperate. When you over-explain, you look insecure. Instead, learn the art of non-reactive presence. Imagine a tree in a storm. Wind howls, branches sway, but the roots don't budge. That's the man she's subconsciously searching for. Practical tip: next time she goes cold, do nothing. Not out of anger but respect. For yourself and for her need to feel something real. Chapter 3, Become a mirror, not her puppet. Women don't test you to frustrate you. They test you to understand you. Are you adaptable or just reactive? This isn't manipulation. It's instinctual. Think of emotional shifts like waves. The average man panics, tries to plug the tide, ends up drowned in confusion. But the grounded man becomes the ocean floor, still, steady, unmoved. Case study: Jason and Elise. Jason noticed Elise would sometimes go quiet after a great date. Instead of blowing up her phone or panicking, he'd go about his life. When she returned, he welcomed her with warmth but never brought up the silence. Over time, Elise admitted it made her feel safer, not pressured. That's the power of the mirror. Calm. Reflective. Non-confrontational but deeply impactful. Chapter 4, The Silence That Speaks Volumes. Silence terrifies most men. It triggers every abandonment wound they buried. But here's something I've learned: silence is the amplifier of truth. In a world addicted to noise, the man who can sit still without chasing, without explaining, without fixing is rare. Should I text first? Should I ask what's wrong? Should I clear the air? No. Let the space breathe. Let tension build. Let her come to you not because you're playing a game, but because you've learned to trust your value. Chapter 5, Give her what she doesn't expect. Emotional range. You know what women get bored of? Predictability. not reliability, predictability. You can be loyal and still emotionally dynamic. A woman wants to feel everything with you: fun, mystery, passion, laughter, depth. Try this. One day, bring her favorite coffee. The next, challenge her opinion. Flirt unexpectedly. Tease kindly. Show her you can be both the storm and the calm after. Emotional range isn't drama, it's texture. Chapter 6, Mystery isn't games, it's depth. In the age of oversharing, mystery has become a lost art. You don't need to reveal everything up front. Keep your ambitions, your struggles, your philosophies partially veiled, not to hide, but to invite discovery. Make her curious. But when you do speak, be real. Be present. Make her feel like she's part of your world, but never like she's holding the entire map. Chapter 7, The Power of Being Authentically Flawed. Let me say this loud and clear: you don't have to be perfect. Perfection is sterile. What truly draws a woman in is realness. Own your anxiety. Admit your mistakes. Share your story not as a performance, but as a human being. You're not trying to impress. You're trying to connect. Chapter 8, Reflection: What she's really looking for. So let's bring it home. She's not pulling away because you're not enough. She's pulling away to see if you're something real. Can you stand in discomfort without rushing to fix it? Can you offer space without fear? Can you love without chasing? Because when you become that man, the grounded, real, emotionally solid version of yourself, you don't need to chase love. It arrives. It stays. It respects you. Closing thought: be the calm in her storm. The modern world is chaotic, fast, emotionally loud. And women, whether they realize it or not, are searching for something that cuts through that noise. A man who doesn't flinch when tested. A man who brings clarity to confusion. A man who stays, not out of fear of loss, but out of strength of choice. Be that man. Because that's not just attractive. That's powerful. That's unforgettable.